Welcome to the Lightning Hour, an inspirational drink for your mind. 3 hosts, 3 actors, 3 friends, 3 perspectives, and fantastic guests every Friday at noon. I am your host, Rico E Anderson.
I'm your host, Sasha Kerbel.
And I'm your host, Rachelle Henry.
Prepare yourselves for high voltage conversation.
And get ready to supercharge your brain.
Because it's time for the Lightning Hour. Today, we are going to have some family time. A mother and son duo will be our guest today. Both of them are actors, and sometimes they even work together on the same projects. Let's meet Brittany Perry Russell and Isaiah Russell Bailey.
This silent treatment gonna last all day?
What do you want me to say, Kev? I was glad to bail you out of jail and wait 2 hours at the impound.
You said that I should use the time that I have left to do the most good. Take care of those kids.
And how is assaulting a drug dealer taking care of those kids?
He all but put a price tag on Justin Foley's head.
And what happened to the back window?
It must have happened during the fight. I mean, we'll get it fixed.
It's not about the car. Look, I'm proud of you, Kev. Fighting for these kids, doing whatever you can. I get it. But baby, there's glass in Mason's car seat. I want you to do you. But what if someone from the school finds out what happened and you get fired?
They won't, all right?
What if you get hurt next time?
There won't be a next time. I promise. Okay?
Miss Amelia, this mentee is perfect. I'm so disappointed the kids aren't going out for the step team. I was really looking forward to us being stepmoms.
I know, me too. It would have been a blast. But it's sweet that Shaka and Brooke chose friendship rather than compete.
Yeah. Not sure if it would have survived once Brooke won the final spot.
What makes you think Shaka wouldn't have won the spot?
I guess Shaka could see the writing on the wall. It was his idea to quit. I guess he has no follow-through.
Oh, my grandson is not a quitter.
That's right.
He quit that long time ago.
Well, Shaka, he may lose interest, but only because he's great at so many things.
Like quitting. Okay?
Well, Brooke can dance, but she can't stay on the beat if it was glued to her.
What did you say?
She didn't stutter.
You know what? Thank you for making this easy. Brooke will go out for the final spot.
Oh. Well, in that case, so will Shaka.
And may the best stepper win.
Well, you're all out of tea. Goodbye.
Carla was right. You don't deserve it. Every single one of us had your back. You basically spit in our faces. It was messed up.
I didn't mean to.
I don't care what you meant. I only care about what you did. You were like sisters, Tina. I would have done anything for you. Then you leave me, and now you want to come back like we're all cool?
I'm sorry. I messed up.
You messed up bad. You're still family, and I'll always love you. But if you want my trust, you gotta earn it.
Just tell me how. I'll do it.
You can start by getting back in this crew and help us whip Luis's ass.
We do this kind of operation all the time, almost every week.
That's a lot of brain tumors. Amethyst, quiet. People are healing, guys.
It's okay.
I've heard of people waking up from brain surgery and suddenly they're white supremacists.
I think it would take a lot more than a brain tumor to do that.
My mom will still be my mom when you're done, right?
She might have a harder time keeping up with you at first, but yeah, she's still gonna be your mom.
Oh my God, I can't believe you. You better find some pot, Jade.
I hear Brenda's got a baby,
Deeper.
but Brenda's barely got a brain.
Deeper, Jade.
Damn shame the girl can hardly spell a name.
She doesn't know who the father is. Do you?
Do you want the names of the 5 or 6 likely candidates? So you can pick the best one to save your precious reputation?
You had to go and disgrace your father and act like a whore.
Sally,
Daddy. Do you think I'm a whore?
Kim, you want to hit this? Take the little edge off?
Shut up!
Oh, look like someone's about to have a baby. Push real hard. 1, 2, 3.
Those are not quite your eyes or your nostrils.
Woo! Now, Brittany Perry Russell is an actress known for her lead part in the Universal film Honey 2, as well as her roles on Grey's Anatomy, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, 13 Reasons Why, and Fresh Off the Boat. Brittany's career also began as a professional dancer. She appeared alongside top artists such as Beyonce, Rihanna, Nick Jonas, Meghan Trainor, Chris Brown, Katy Perry, and recently adding Cardi B, Janelle Monáe, and Kanye West to her very impressive resume.
Isaiah Russell Bailey burst on the scene in 2018 and has quickly become a young actor to watch. Fans know him for his roles as Burton in the popular Disney series Raven's Home, as young D in the CBS crime drama SWAT, where his dad is played by someone known as Rico E Anderson, or as young Kevin Winters in Criminal Minds, as well as his numerous national print and television campaigns.
But most of all, Isaiah is famous for his lead role as Shaka on the Netflix sitcom Family Reunion, starring Tia Mowry and Loretta Devine.
Think fast. If that ball would have hit me, I would have hit you. Hard.
Well, that would be a royale mistake.
What did you say?
I wouldn't want you to do anything Mom and Dad might frown upon. Like, I don't know, sneak out of the house to see your new boyfriend?
You read my journal? I am going to kill you.
Not unless you want me to tell.
What do you want?
Not much. Just for you to become my personal assistant.
For how long?
Until I leave for college.
But I leave first.
Will you, though?
Okay, you know what? I'm about to just...
About to what? I thought so. I'll ring when I need you. Bye-bye.
What?
Just testing. Leave me. Feels good to be king. Hey, Dad.
Hey, you're home late.
Yeah, I've been trying to find this girl named Brooke Green to return this backpack.
Oh, yeah? Is she pretty? I mean, smart. In case your mother's listening.
Oh, yeah, she is real smart. And we have a lot in common. Check it out. An Oculus Rift, Beats headphones, and Air Max 95s. Just like me.
Wow, she might be your soulmate. That's what you play, player.
Put on a fresh button down.
Mm-hmm.
A little smell good.
Yeah.
Then drop those words on her.
Ooh, what kind of words?
I was thinking the emoji with heart eyes.
Emojis aren't words, son.
It's a good thing you're married, Dad. The game has left you behind.
I'm very sick. Storms have brought forth various plagues and diseases we haven't seen in centuries. Your immune system is weak. A bad cold could land you in intensive care or worse. Get regular checkups, take your meds, take care of yourself.
It's okay, Mama. When I grow up, I'm gonna become a doctor, and I'll find a way to make you better.
A doctor? That'll suit you just fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest, Isaiah Russell Bailey, and his mama, Brittany Perry Russell.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Thanks so much for being on the show. It's so great to have you both here.
Yes, thank you. We feel honored.
Good, so awesome. We're so happy to have you guys.
Yep.
And
how have you been?
We've been good. Pretty good. Yeah. Just been back filming, which has been fun. How long? It's been about a month now. Yeah, so it's been fun to just get back to some normality, even though it's it's different because
Still
of the
not really
COVID
normal.
protocol.
Yeah.
But we're just excited to work together again on the show. So we're having fun.
And what's normal these days? I mean,
Right.
it's got so many different meanings. It's just like normal. I read about it in a history book.
Right. I mean, we're getting tested every day, and it's so funny that now we're so used to it. It's like we fall in line. Everyone's just ready to get tested. I'm like, what is going on? 2020 is wild.
It's definitely part of the norm. Hopefully the temporary new normal, which I always say it is, but definitely.
The tests do you guys have to go in and get every day? Is it the nose swab?
The nose swab.
The nose swab, yeah.
Every single day.
Favorite one, the nose.
Right.
Yeah, on SWAT they gave us 2. The one is like just in the nostrils, and then they did one which is a little further up the nose in the cavity area here.
Yeah.
That was it. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yes.
So, when alien invaders kidnap Earth's superheroes, their children must team up and learn to work together if they want to save their parents and the world. Now, this is your latest project, working together in Robert Rodriguez's newest film, We Can Be Heroes. So what was it like working with Robert Rodriguez on his movie, and who are you two playing? And tell us about the characters and everything. And congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
For me, I was a big fan of Robert Rodriguez since Shark Boy and Lava Girl and Spy Kids. I watched him over and over and over again.
That's so cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very much a kid-friendly movie in so many ways. He taps into that world so well. Now, who are you both playing in this? Or can you say right now?
Oh, we can't say our exact name.
Yeah, well, we can tell you when it comes out. So the Netflix gave us the green light. It comes out January 1st, 2021. And we're so pumped. I can't wait. Yeah, it's one of those things, like, I'm big on manifestation. We did a vision board together probably 2 months prior because we were finishing family reunion, and Isaiah was like, I really want to play a superhero role.
And I said I want to play a superhero with my mom, being her son.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, honey, in due time, it may take a minute. And then before we knew it, we booked it. Robert he's so awesome. And Spy Kids was doing so well on Netflix at the time. And so they approached him and said, you know what, can you do something that's on a grander scale? So we were really excited to work with such a big ensemble cast and also work together. We're both superheroes, obviously. Soon, probably in the next couple weeks, we can start to tell people what our powers are, but just working.
I want to say it so bad.
Maybe you should. The show will be released a little bit later in a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. Well, then we can. So we can, because in about 2 weeks we'd be able to say. So
yeah, the promos will be coming out.
Yes. My character's name is Red Lightning Fury, and she kicks butt. Robert, I'm the only adult who did their own stunts, which I'm extremely proud of. And my son did his own stunts as well.
My character is Rewind. Am I allowed to say power or no? Well, of course, yeah, I rewind time.
Yes. I have a set of twins, and they're called Rewind and Fast Forward. And what's pretty cool about that is Akira Akbar, who is probably most known for being in Captain Marvel. She plays my daughter on Family Reunion, and now they play my twins in this film.
Okay.
So we become this package. Wow. We can't figure it out because I met her when she played my daughter on Grey's Anatomy. So it's like 2 years of us just kind of booking everything together, which is
your daughter 4 times.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. But it's really awesome. I think the storyline is so it makes sense with what's going on in the country right now. Just that whole idea of teamwork. Like, if we don't do the individual work, nothing is going to change. So Robert really hit the nail on the head with that one.
And the next generation being able to change
the world. Yeah, change the world in the future. So we're really excited about it. It was supposed to come out this summer, so I feel like we've just been waiting and waiting and waiting. So January 1st.
Aliens are invading. We need to stop them. We've never dealt with anything like this before.
My mommy is
Lava Girl, but my daddy is Shark Boy.
You're just children. What are you gonna do?
How do we defeat the aliens who defeated all of the heroics?
Together, we're unstoppable.
Oh my God, we can't wait. What a wonderful start of a new year, right? Yes. So a lot of Robert Rodriguez films feature high quality VFX and beautiful action sequences and amazing stunts. And as you mentioned, you did your own ones. So how was it performing your own stunts? And did you have to do any mocap, wire work, work with green screen, et cetera, et cetera? Can we get some?
Yeah, I do all that. Yeah, green screen, wire work. Some stuff without wire work because I do parkour and tricking.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert was really smart about it. I think for the kids, it feels like it's been so long since we filmed, but you guys started with just training for...
We was trained for like a month.
And it was like 2 or 3 weeks before...
Oh, it felt like a month.
Before filming. Just to get acclimated with all the stunt choreography that he wanted them to do. So really cool.
How high up in the air did you guys have to go for wire work?
30, probably.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
like that whispering, yeah.
It's interesting, like going up that high, and it's such a weird feeling being held up by something else, like that's not yourself.
Yeah.
If you have to like drop to the ground or when you're being raised up, it's such a weird sensation being in that for hours and hours, but it's so much fun and it's such an experience that like not everyone gets to have. So that's so cool that you got to do wire work and you got to do stunts, you got to work with green screen. Very exciting.
I've done wire work before. I've never been up that high, but I did something where there was an explosion and I was blown back. So they did the thing where, so it was one of the things where the stunt person was like, relax your body, because if you tense up while it's happening, you could blow your back out, or, you know, at least put a strain in your back. So yeah, there's a lot to be said. Now, Isaiah, you know, you're young and, you know, your body can just twist and turn everywhere. And was it easy for you? I mean, did it feel pretty natural to?
It felt kind of weird. Like when they let you down, your stomach just goes all the way up here.
Yeah.
I know it only from the swings. I've never done the wire work, but on the swings, I remember that feeling.
Yeah, I'm afraid of heights, so I was a little scared at first. But I got used to it. It was kind of fun.
Which is so weird to me. He can flip off of walls and do all this crazy stuff, but he's scared of heights. It's so funny to me.
Isaiah, I'm with you, brother. I'm so scared of heights. And you know what's crazy? When I lived in Chicago as a little boy, we lived on the 14th floor, and I was fine there. But yeah, you take me to like the Grand Canyon and take me like to the edge of the, just like, oh no.
I'm already scared.
I freak out, man.
Oh, the things we do for a check, right?
The height. So I mean, you can be very scared of that in real life, but when you're on set, right, it's kind of like a different feeling you have in your body all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think it's that expectation, because I know for me, I was surprised that my costume, I'm wearing heels, and I was like, oh, costume, why am I wearing heels? But I did it, and so it's just funny because for about 10 takes, I had to run about 100 feet in heels back and forth, because they were trying to get it like, you know, the alien is coming to get me. And I thought, like, why would I do this? Like, what is going on? But when Robert Rodriguez asks you to do it, you do it.
You know what's funny? When you look at old comics, and Isaiah, I know you collect comics, when you look at those old comics, you see women in heels and those superhero costumes. And yeah, when you think about it, it's just like, I don't think any woman would be running around in heels kicking butt and fighting crime. It's like, come on, Marvel. And DC, love you guys, but man, what was going on there?
Yeah,
so, that's crazy.
Great that you got to work against your fear, especially because you're playing a superhero. So that like gives you a level of, oh, I'm conquering this. I'm a superhero. Like, here I go. This is me, my superpower. I'm not afraid of heights. I will go up there.
Right.
You know, the one I did that I had to be up in heights, I was actually like this kind of like this scary computer creature, and it was cool because it's like, okay, I know I'm gonna be like animated and have like all this cool technology coming out of me, and it's like, oh, this will be so exciting seeing the final product. So I think it's great that you got to be a superhero and conquer that fear with that.
Yeah. And I told him, like, when we got it, I think the first time they showed us both of our costumes, I started to cry because I know it's it, but I was telling him just to be a superhero. I feel like that's every actor's goal, but it's kind of a long shot. And to be able to do it at such a young age, I was just so happy for him and all the kids that booked it. Because, you know, I think the youngest on set was 7. Vivian Blair, who's the actress from Bird Box, you know, her mom and I just kept saying it to the kids, like, you guys are really blessed to get this opportunity so early on in your career. It's really awesome.
That is the truth. It's one heck of a blessing for sure. And a lot of fun too. I can only imagine just how cool it is, you know. Dude, you're playing in a way where as kids we don't all get a chance to play like that. So
exactly.
It's pretty awesome. It is pretty awesome.
Heroes, you're so lucky. It's so cool.
Yeah, and then you have a chance to have a Funko doll of yourself.
Oh yeah, those the big-headed dolls with the
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were so pumped, and we don't know if this will happen, but we did a photo shoot for action figures, and we were so excited. Like, we invited family just to watch us take the photos.
Yeah.
Like, who gets to do this? Even if it's...
I've always wanted to be an action figure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, the running joke is you've made it when an action figure is actually made of you, and it can just be all over the place, passed around. Well, look, I have a prediction just because, first of all, I think you two are like the perfect team. And obviously other people see that too, because you're both cast as mother, son in a superhero role. But not only that, I'm going to put it out there and manifest it. I could see you both doing, like, I mean, heck, let's just say young T'Challa and his mama. And you know what I mean? It's like, come on, Wakanda Tales. Wakanda Tales. Wakanda forever. Wakanda Tales. I mean, you see it. It's nothing forced.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. You know, come on.
Yes,
come on.
Take it.
Anything's possible, you know?
True.
Now, you know, guys, if you did get that, let's dive into how this happens. You two belong in a very specific club where you've been cast as parent-child, you know, duo. How is the audition process for that? Is that something where you guys go in separately, or do you go in together for like a real mother-son audition? And when you guys are playing characters that are not related, like on Family Reunion, how has that dynamic been working on set?
Well, first for the movie, when we auditioned, I actually auditioned with Akira, who that was my twin. We auditioned together, and then my mom auditioned like.
Well, you have to tell like the stories.
Oh yeah. Really get into
so apparently they have been seeing kids for a few months, but Isaiah was on Family Reunion, and I kept hearing from other parents, because I coach kids, about this untitled film, but it was just going in one ear and out the other. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't really care, because we were just trying to get through the show.
Real busy, so.
Yeah, I just didn't care, and I just have to give credit to our manager, because on a Friday night, I was coaching a kid because she was testing for something, and her mom was like, "Why is Isaiah not auditioning for this film? He'd be perfect because he does all these tricks." And so she finally explained it to me, and I called his manager immediately. It was like 11 o'clock at night.
No, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, because I remember having to go to bed.
Yeah, because I knew they had tested. So I'm like, "What? How did we miss this? What's going on?" And she was like, "No, we submitted him. They just didn't want to see him." And I was like, "Oh no, we got to make this happen." And she called someone from Betty May Casting that late at night, and was like, "Listen, I know you're testing, but I need you guys to see my kid." And they were like, no. So she sent a picture of Akira and Isaiah together. She's like, they look alike. The little girl plays opposite him on another project. So when they saw the photo, they were like, stand by, we're going to contact someone.
Yes. Yes.
So they gave us, I think it was 12 hours for him to audition, get the tape in, you know, send it off. And that following Monday, this is over the weekend, he got the role.
Yeah, for that.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's a real Hollywood story.
Right.
Yeah. So for me, it was a little different. A lot of people assumed that Robert knew that we were related. He didn't.
He didn't.
And because the parents were casted 6 weeks into the kids working. And so at that point, all I would say to Robert is hi and bye. He just knew I was a mother. But I went in and auditioned for Beth Sepko in Dallas 3 days after he started training for the film. And just kind of thought, like, I was like, Isaiah, don't tell anybody that I read for this, because if I don't get it, I'm going to be so embarrassed that I have to sit and watch someone else play your parent after knowing, you know, I auditioned. And out of the blue, like 6 weeks later, I found out 6 weeks after auditioning, Robert walked up to me during lunch and he was like, why didn't you tell me you could act? I saw your tape. You were incredible. You got the part. Like,
and I got to watch her audition too. I was in the room.
Yeah. What? So yeah, it's just really cool how the stars align for that.
Seriously.
But yeah, he had no idea I was an actor.
That is incredible. Congrats to both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
He just thought you were another stage mom, huh?
Well, no, when I'm on set with Isaiah, I'm super, super quiet. You would never know that I'm in the business. I don't really talk. So it's people always surprised when they find out I'm an actor. They're like, oh, we're so used to parents pushing themselves if they do act.
Yeah.
I'm completely the opposite. I'm fully in mom mode.
I know that when we were on set of SWAT and I met you and Isaiah, you were chill. And I'm assuming you were in mom mode and, you know, you were making sure your baby boy was there present and doing his thing. But, you know, you still had a great energy about you that was very, you know, that's just very inviting in general. So, but getting to that, we met on the set of SWAT and Isaiah, you played D, AKA Young Hondo, and very honored and very proud to say I, on the show, played your father, Young Daniel.
All right, boys, ring the doorbell and dish before somebody answers. Me and Leroy got those 2 houses. Daryl, you take that one. Come on. Oh, shoot. The cops come.
No, they ain't here for us.
Okay, let me see hands. Hands. What are you running from?
Officer, we was just playing a stupid game.
Up against the car. Now. Hey, stop resisting! Do you want to get shot?
No! He doesn't want to get shot. None of us do. Please. Let's go. Come on, Daryl. Stupid cops.
Boy, what'd I tell you about slamming my door?
Daryl started talking, this cop grabbed him. It looked like he was gonna shoot him.
Is everybody okay?
I used all the rules you taught me. I did everything they asked. Kept my hands in view, kept my voice calm.
And you try not to give them a reason to fear you.
Yeah.
Son, I'm gonna tell you something. Some people fear you without even knowing you. It's black versus blue.
Don't gotta be that way.
Maybe. But what do you think you can do about it, Hondo?
It's there where the three of us met and became really good friends. Tell me, man, how was that overall experience for you working on set? Because you shot, if I remember, you shot 2 scenes because you had a scene previous to our scene with you and your friends. Overall, what does that character mean to you today in light of all the events that are happening in the world?
Well, first of all, while I was shooting that scene, I really had to get into the zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just imagine what it would be like to get stopped by the cops with my friend and almost arrested and almost get shot too, because he had his hand on his gun in the show. But in light of all the things that are happening with Black Lives Matter, that character, it brought all that stuff to a new light, because I was younger at the time, so I wasn't really like invested in it, because I was really just like out being a kid, like, hey, what's up everybody, let's all be friends.
Yeah.
And once I read the script, I was like, oh snap, this is kind of different, because I never had to go through that. And once I did shoot the scene, I realized that it could happen to me.
That's real in itself.
That was your second job. So at the time,
in general?
Isaiah had only been in the business for a few weeks.
Okay.
So that's why I was so hands-on, because I was so nervous for him. And even coaching him for it, like he said, he didn't really get it. You know, we always joke like he grew up in the mean streets of Sherman Oaks. You know,
watch out now.
Yeah, I was like, you're gonna have to dig a little deeper for this. But I just remember when he walked off from being in it. I think it's different as an actor when you're in the scene and you get to experience it and you see how scary it just feels. I feel like it changed you.
Yeah. But even then, I was still younger. So after I got out of that scene, I was like, hey, everyone, let's play tag.
Well, it's like you look at what happened 2 years ago when we shot that scene, and you look at today with all that's happening in 2020, specifically targeted towards the civil rights movement that's happening now, and just everything that's going on, people's involvement in terms of marching and going to rallies. And it's interesting because, like the part that you played, Isaiah, just that situation. And then you think about what's been happening lately, and unfortunately, even years before that. Brittany, with you having that conversation, how was that in terms of just kind of helping Isaiah to understand what was happening?
Yeah, because you were 11 at the time, I believe. That was actually quite difficult. We joke about it now. I probably coached him for about 4 to 5 hours for that specific audition, and we watched footage from different films. I believe the first scene I showed him was from Boys in the Hood, when Cuba Gooding Jr. gets held up at gunpoint by one of the cops. I was like, oh my gosh, are we having this conversation now at 11? Whew. And I was still getting used to him being in the business, because like I said, I think at that time he'd only been in the business for about 3 or 4 weeks. But I'm so glad that we had to have that conversation, because I feel like getting into the business, the climate of the country, all of this started to parallel with everything that was going to start to happen in real life. And the perception is completely different from when he was 11. People see a Black teenager. Yeah. And that's threatening to a lot of people within itself. It doesn't matter how successful he is or how smart he is. These are the things that we as African Americans deal with on a consistent basis. So it was hard. It was a difficult conversation. And I was so proud of all the boys that worked on that episode, because that was one thing that the moms and I kept talking about, how we were like, oh, we're here already. We're having to do this? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you get it now on a deeper level. Yeah, for sure. But at 11, like you said, it was interesting. They were able to turn it off and on. And I don't know if you remember, like even the scene with you, I would have to go check on him because he was able to tear up and talk to you, then walk off and like dance on the set and get candy. I'm like, what are we missing here? But he didn't have that experience until after. So, you know, I'm really grateful for SWAT and that storyline. It's just so important that we keep talking about what's really going on in our country.
Most definitely. And I just want to say that representation matters. And Isaiah, you represented so well, so beautifully, because people are seeing that and people are relating. And your delivery was just so real, so spot on. And I'm not just saying that because I know you and I love you and I worked with you. I really, truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. You really did represent well. And I know that from wherever it came from you, it's a natural thing. And it's definitely what came from your mom who taught you well.
Brittany, you played Tracy Porter, a wife of a high school counselor, Kevin Porter, on the Netflix hit series 13 Reasons Why. And the show focuses on some very serious subjects and created a lot of buzz when it was released. So what impact does your character make on the show? Was the set environment serious, or did people try to keep it light in order to keep the set from being too heavy? Like I read that producer Selena Gomez had puppies brought to set on the first season to try to sort of lighten the mood.
You know, it's very interesting. This is the first show I worked on where we didn't just get the script. I only got my sides through an app that deleted after so long because they were terrified that someone would be able to hack the emails and have access to the storyline. And, you know, when I got the role, I thought, well, this is going to be cool. I've been a fan of Derek Luke for some time now, but I didn't know the magnitude of this series at all. I watched it when everyone else was watching it. I didn't even know that he was the 13th reason why. They didn't give me anything to work with. the first season. So it was quite interesting. I didn't even meet the cast until a Q&A after season 2. And it was so funny because they were like, Miss Porter. I was like, yes. Because I would fly out to Oakland, film it at 8:30 a.m. and I was done for the day at 11, hit it. So I didn't meet anyone, but I loved this role. It was hard for me to let her go when he was fired because, like Rico said, representation matters, and to see us in a positive light. You know, we're both educated, we have a beautiful family, super supportive, a healthy marriage. I loved it, and I really loved the series. Selena Gomez, I was really proud of her. I actually danced for her for years, so when she got her hand on this project, I was really excited that it was going to be told. It was very controversial, but I was really proud to be a part of it. 2020, you know, after 2020, we'll start to see some changes. You know, we did an interview not too long ago, and we were so excited to talk about We Can Be Heroes, but to say like we're the first African-American superhero family in 2020 is kind of like, that's cool, but it's sad at the same time. So, you know, we're opening doors. I really hope people are inspired by it, and not just on a surface level, but to want to see change, to know that, okay, we can have a diverse cast and the brown and black community can be leads in these films as well. So
I remember when Ava DuVernay received the Diversity Award.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was for or who presented it to her, but I remember in her speech, she mentioned how, you know, grateful she was to receive it and get the recognition, but also mentioned the fact that it's pretty sad that in this day and time that it's something that actually has to be an award, that it should be more the norm, just because our world is represented in a way that should be inclusive of all of us.
What would be amazing is your roles on that Robert Rodriguez film. Hopefully it will have the same impact that everyone had when they watched Black Panther, because that inspired so many people, not only kids, but adults, families around the world. So then see the first Black young superhero. I hope it has that same impact. I hope everyone wants to buy the action figures, wants to get the costume, talks about how your character made a difference in their life. I can't wait to see that. And I will definitely, you know, tell everyone about it, because that
yeah, absolutely. And you know, next year, Isaiah, get ready for a lot of kids in Halloween costumes of your character.
Yes. Let's get a lot of rewind in there.
There you go.
Isaiah, you star in the hit Netflix comedy Family Reunion as Shaka McKellen alongside the legendary Richard Roundtree, Tia Mowry, and Loretta Devine. It's such a fun show, and you just started to pick up on the 3rd season, and there's no signs of the show slowing down. And you have a really cool family chemistry on the show. So how has it been working on the show, and do you have that same family dynamic with the cast off screen as you do on screen?
Yes, I do have that same family dynamic off screen as well. A lot of the times, me and my fellow co-stars and the kids, we like to hang out after we're on set. We get something to eat. Yeah, all the time.
I've seen the dance video, so yeah.
We like go to restaurants, get stuff to eat, usual cast hangouts. I love working with everyone. I have so much fun talking to them while we're on set. It's just a fun experience.
That is so nice when you get to have that dynamic, that teamwork, and that family relationship with the cast. When you're working together and you love each other off screen, it brings the love and the chemistry on screen so much stronger. So I'm so happy that you guys are all so close and you love hanging out with each other as well as working together.
Being an older adult here, I could also say that, you know, nerding out over the fact that working with Richard Roundtree, who played Shaft back in the day, and Tia Mowry from Sister Sister, and Loretta Devine, I mean, the great Loretta. Those are just some legendary people to work with, and just they have their own history in their own right. So
yeah, I mean, I was geeking out when I started working on the show, because in my first scene, I was sitting across from Loretta and Tia, and I was like, what did happen? Like, how did I get here? What's going on? Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I also enjoy watching Isaiah learn from them. I feel like you and Richard have become really close.
Richard have become really close.
That's so cool.
I really don't know how it happened. We just created a bond after the karate episode.
A bromance going on.
Yeah. There's something to be said about, you know, when you gravitate towards certain people on set, you know, and it's just, I mean, you're learning from one of the OGs. That's really cool. This is the Lightning Hour, and our guests today are Isaiah Russell Bailey and Brittany Perry Russell, actors and dancers. And as for the latter, we're going to talk about that in a minute, so stay with us.
Does anyone know the dancer's name to Megan's left? And I looked at it up, and her name is Brittany Russell.
Turn up the music 'cause the song just came on. Turn up the music if they try to turn us down. Turn up the music, can I hear it till the speakers blow? Turn up the music, fill your cup and drink it down. If you're sexy and you know it, put your hands up in there. Put your hands up in there, girl, put your hands up in there. If you're sexy and you know it, put your hands up in there. Put your hands up in there, girl, put your hands up. And turn up the music, just turn it up louder. Turn up the music, I need it in my life, yeah. Turn up the music, just turn it up louder. Turn up the music, I need it in my life, yeah. Turn it up, just dance with me. Turn it up, just dance with me. Turn it up, just dance with me. Turn it up, turn up the music, just turn it up louder. Turn up the music, I need it in my life, yeah. Turn up the music, just turn it up louder. Turn up the music, I need it in my life, yeah.
Brittany, you're a dancer and a choreographer, and the list of the celebrity performers you've been working with is insane. It's Janelle Monáe, Beyonce, Rihanna, just to name a few. How do dancing and acting intertwine in your career as a performer?
They're both my passions and I love it. It is not easy because I'm a single parent, and for the quarantine happened, like 1 week I was choreographing John Legend for the Ellen Show, and then working on a commercial, and then trying to get on set to support him, and it's just really crazy, but I do it and I love it, and it's nothing like it. I mean, I love acting, it's a passion of mine, but there's nothing like being on stage with an artist. I always say the goal is to be able to win an Oscar and the next week perform with Chris Brown at the AMAs. Like, that's just what I do. It's what I love. And I've been really blessed, especially in my dance career.
That is amazing. And I love that you don't conform to anyone's ideas of you need to be just one thing. Because I get that too, because along with being an actor, I also direct, produce, I write. I also have danced and, modeled and sang. So I always get the question of, why do you do this? Or which are you more passionate of? Or why would you do this too? And it's like, well, can't you have more than one passion?
Yeah.
All of it just be your art.
Yeah. And I came up under Debbie Allen, and I think she is just a flipping force, you know what I mean? A triple threat, and so that mentality has always been instilled in me, that you aren't talented if you're not able to do multiple things. So I don't know how we've kind of gotten away from that, but I own it and wear it proudly now. It's about doing what makes me happy and doing it all.
You guys have danced together and are constantly releasing new dance videos on TikTok. Has your social media impacted your career at all? And how do you come up with new content that you will release together?
How do we come up with content?
Sometimes we just create our own. My mom kind of gets the ideas most of the time. Sometimes I have input, and sometimes we just do the new challenges that come up on TikTok that we see that we think are cool.
Yeah, I'll be honest. He asked to join TikTok for a year ago, and I kept saying no. And the only reason we got on the app is because of COVID, and we just needed something to do to keep us busy. And I had no clue that we were gonna go viral multiple times. I didn't see any of that coming. I still don't understand why, but it has definitely impacted our career. which I find so funny because, you know, now I think the questions are like, how do you dance so well as a mom? Oh, Isaiah, I didn't know you could dance so well. I'm like, oh, I've been doing this for years. But they know us from TikTok. We were out at lunch not too long ago, and what happened?
I don't know if there were a couple, but I'm just gonna say this: a couple walked up to us and they were like, "Oh, we remember you from something." And my mom was like, "Oh, you're probably thinking family reunion, Isaiah." And then they were like, "Yeah, we saw you on TikTok." The last video I was like,
so and now we get it consistently, which is funny. So yeah, I mean it's impacted us because I one of our last videos, I think it has like 12 million views at this point. And so cast and directors, you know, have reached out, or, you know, even just to say like, we're fans, like we had no idea that you guys could do that. You know, we only knew you as actors. So
cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And we're getting paid for it too. So that's cool.
Nothing wrong with getting a little extra coin there.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, who knew? But it's fun. What I love about TikTok, I think that the way the algorithm works, you feel like you're joining a community. Instagram is great, but there's still a lot of smoke and mirrors, whereas TikTok, you know, the one that just went viral recently, we're in our PJs. I have on no makeup. Like, you don't have to.
You learn a lot from TikTok.
Yeah,
too.
like you don't really care. So it's fun. And yeah, a lot of educational posts are on TikTok too. We find out a lot about what's going on in the world, which is surprising because a lot of it is accurate. So it's fun.
I think one of the cool things about what I've seen when I've watched your TikTok videos is it almost kind of takes us on a journey as to what's going on with you at the moment. So it's like during quarantine, you guys were putting out a series of videos together, but then I've seen you with other people and, you know, doing things. And I think there was a couple of times I saw you guys doing something. I think it might've been on the set of Family Reunion, where all of a sudden you got somebody coming out of a dressing room, somebody else coming out of a dressing room and like, do, and everybody's dancing. And I was just like, this is so cool. I loved it. And then you guys were in a store, some supermarket?
Target. Yes. I get a lot of parents DMing me. Like, I've struggled during this pandemic being around my kids so much. It's hard because I'm not able to breathe. I'm trying to cope with COVID. They're trying to cope with it. We miss our friends. We miss our families. And to see you two together, it really inspires me. And I got one the other day, and I'm try not to get emotional, but I thought it was just so precious because they were like, I suffer from depression and I was really having a rough day, and I don't know how you popped up on my Explore page, but to see you guys dancing to church music in Target completely lifted my spirits. And forgive me for being so transparent, but I just wanted you to know you helped out someone who's really struggling today. Thank you. And it just took me all the way out. And so I shared with them how I was having a rough day. And, you know, I was exhausted trying to keep up with being a parent, trying to be there for a new high schooler who's missing his friends and, you know, just trying to cope with COVID himself. And it was just a rough day. So I said, well, let's go to Target, let's do some shopping. And before we knew it, we were doing a TikTok in the aisles. And we walked away laughing, and it just made us feel better. But so cool. Sometimes I think when we're doing it for ourselves, we forget that it can inspire or encourage others. So I think that has been probably the most special part about, you know, posting these videos. You just never know who you're going to touch and why.
You know, again, it goes back to us being performers. You never know what work we're doing then going to affect the people who are watching us. It's a beautiful part of our profession because we do it for the love of it, but we are affecting people, whether it's to make people think, laugh, cry, mad, angry, you know, whatever. It has the impact.
Use your art. It matters. It changes lives.
Awesome. Definitely. All right. So now we're going to do a little something that we call the lightning round, which is where we ask our guests the really tough questions. So I hope you both are ready because I have the first question. And here we go. So, all right. What is your favorite holiday film, Thanksgiving and or Christmas?
Home Alone. My mom just showed me that.
Yeah.
Watch it. 1 and 2 are so good.
Isn't that the best movie?
It's the best. It's hilarious. It's so funny. I found myself laughing throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. Could you relate? Could you relate that if you were in that situation, you would have to be doing this and doing that? I mean, hopefully you never left home alone like that, but you know.
Yeah, but I feel like I would have kind of, you know, a little clever, pulled those pranks on the people who try to come into my house.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Just be walking up in my house like that.
It's such a quotable movie. I quote number 1 and number 2 all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Brittany, what about you?
Ooh, I'd probably have to say Home Alone as well. I was a huge Macaulay Culkin fan growing up, and I don't know why I felt so bad as a parent that he just watched it for the first time last year. I was like, how could you? Yeah. So yeah.
The nerve.
Yeah, I know. Probably, so yeah, I'd have to say the same. That's just a classic.
My son is 12 years old. I'm wondering if he ever watched Home Alone. I will ask him today.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's definitely a good time. What's your special dish that each of you make that special to your family for Thanksgiving dinner?
That I make. I help make the pie sometimes. Ooh. And also the mac and cheese. The chicken, you know, I put my seasoning on there.
Okay, all right. You got your own little special seasoning that
seasoning, my creation.
Oh, okay.
He makes some mean salmon too. He's really
garlic and herb.
What?
Wow.
What?
It's better than mine, that's for sure.
Yeah, I said.
Right, but who do you learn it from?
No, my YouTube myself.
Oh, you got it off of YouTube.
Yep.
Better than Mama Salmon?
Channel.
Yep, I watch Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Wow. How about you, Brittany? Do you have anything special that you add to the table?
You know what? My family, they're annoyed when I come home for Thanksgiving because I have a severe dairy allergy. Oh. And so I'm the one that's eating a salad.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't really make food for Thanksgiving.
I feel so bad when we're eating ice cream and stuff like that because I'm like,
no, he's not. He's like, more for me. Don't even try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He feels that sorry for you.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Yeah, so nothing specific or special coming for me, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about today is, you know, there are so many different other dietary alternatives. So, if you're allergic to milk, there's always like almond milk or coconut milk or something like that. So, you know, you can.
Oat milk is a new thing.
Or oat milk. Yeah, that's a new one.
Yeah, and we're newly vegan, so we're just switching our whole lifestyle around.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, so that salmon is not going to happen this year.
Yeah.
No, but I do make a good vegan pizza.
Ooh.
Now, I have a good one. VR games or regular video games like on computer or console.
See, I have an Xbox. I've always wanted to try VR though, but I gotta say, since I have an Xbox, console. Computer games and mobile games are awesome, but console, you can never beat a console.
This would be cool. What if We Could Be Heroes had a video game?
Listen, if they're smart, they're going to go all out in terms of all the things that draw, you know, like the obvious merch and stuff like that. But then VR games, and Robert Rodriguez is kind of innovative in that sense. I mean, I could see him definitely going those different routes. So
yeah.
Get ready.
Me too. Yeah.
Get ready. Brittany and Isaiah, how can people find you both on social media?
Well, my Instagram is Isaiah Russell Bailey, and my mother's Instagram is at, dang, I forgot the name.
B. Perry Russell.
B. Perry Russell. There you go.
Yeah, and then TikTok, we're Russell Hustle Inc.
I love
Beautiful.
that.
Russell Hustle Inc.
Yeah.
Please tell me there's a T-shirt out there.
No, we just started the production company, so we've been writing, and hopefully we'll have some merch.
Keep in mind the merch, and especially when We Can Be Heroes comes out, because you're going to be talking about dealing with Comic-Con appearances, hopefully, and you know, just all those things, and merch helps in a lot of ways. But you know,
actors and dancers and TikTok celebrities, Isaiah Russell Bailey and Brittany Perry Russell, an incredible Russell Hustle creative family duo, were with us today. It was truly a pleasure talking to you, and we hope to see you back on our show.
Yes, thank you so much for having us. This is fun.
Thank you.
You guys.
This was the Lightning Hour. I am your host, Rico E Anderson.
I'm your host, Sasha Kerbel.
And I'm your host, Rachelle Henry.
Please support us by giving this video a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and click the little bell sign below so you'll get notifications about when we post new shows.
Follow us on social media to learn more about the Lightning Hour and the three of us, its hosts. You'll find the links as well as more info about our guests in the description below.
We encourage you to post questions to us in the comment section below, as well as on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We will be answering them in future episodes. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next Friday, same time, same place. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Turn up the music 'cause the song just came on. Turn up the music if they try to turn us down.